This is Jeanette Simenson, and this is my technology and education portfolio. I am starting off by showing you three of the areas that I feel I've learned the most in this program, and I'll start with some of these boxes right here. The first one, curriculum, takes you to an area that I feel covers two standards, the planning and designing learning environments and the teaching and learning and the curriculum. And if you scroll down, you'll see that I have added quite a few different artifacts that I've been able to do through this program. The web quests were a very big part of my learning curve. And then I went on to create a unit about human body systems as it relates to science and the upper grades, and really trying to understand a system and how a system works with integration of math also. I also created a unit about our Mother Earth, and it was to create an awareness about what we do with our garbage. It was a whole unit where they could go through a lot of different aspects of reuse, reduce, recycle, but also integrating technology in that, and it used a lot of websites that we were introduced to throughout this program. A lot of what I used also was obviously based on the Understanding by Design model and the ADDIE model. So we created a wiki space to explain this process, and that was with a team of people. I also created, and this wasn't through the TIE program, but the TIE program gave me the opportunity to look at inquiry-based learning and understand it a little bit better as to how Google can help us with this design model. So I created a presentation called Google and Inquiry-Based Learning, and I was able to be a presenter at the IceCap mini conferences. The next area that I feel was really important and a huge learning curve for me was administration and leadership. There are so many aspects to this: the social, ethical, legal, and human issues, the procedures and policies and planning with the budgets, and just the leadership and vision. And three of these artifacts I used covered all of these, really. We looked at a MacBook enhancement lab and looked at our network design and how we can integrate that. We also looked at a peripheral proposal spreadsheet and looked at spending down certain monies to be able to do the goals that we had set in place. And then we also looked at our computer hardware and software, and we looked at what we could do overall in our school with the type of budget that we were looking at. So those links are all shown here, and you can click on them and see those. Then we go to the big one, the technology integration. And obviously, like my little cartoon over here, really technology integration is a conversation to me. And I've been having conversations with teachers, with students, with my administration, and it's an ever-changing, ever-evolving situation. Technology operations and concepts and assessment and evaluation becoming such a big part of what we're doing these days. So we're looking again at the Understanding by Design model and understanding student growth and how technology can influence that. We looked at TPAC and how pedagogy, content, and technology all work together through using VoiceThread, which was an amazing Web 2.0 tool that I then integrated into my classroom later on. I also was a part of an immigration lesson plan technology integration project that I worked on with 8th grade teachers, and I used a lot of the WebQuest and the inquiry-based design model for this. We did some things with digital storytelling, evaluation of sites and resources, and wanted to find out how we could integrate, obviously, the big part of what we're doing with writing workshop with this. And then the last part is obviously the research project that I'm doing for TIE 575. That is soon to be done and will be linked here as well. Looking at how our math score online program is helping us move our math curriculum with Common Core and also our assessment piece forward in a way that we're trying to hit our goals. The last couple areas that I wanted to focus on are the resources. There were many resources I created for this program, and in addition to just gaining the knowledge that I got from this program, was able to create some additional websites, and those are all shown here under these different links. The readings from the TIE program also shown here as a document that goes through all the different books. And then some online resources for teachers and students. And this is just kind of my PLN, making sure I keep adding to this as we keep going on this journey with technology. The professional development site talks about the different things that I created with our Goethe Google site. This was my project for my staff development, and this was a really great website that I created that I'm going to put into full force next year. Professional development being a very large standard, so I kind of give it its own page, talking about Cotter and how we go about doing this change model, how we go about doing adult learning. This was a very big I don't know, shift, I guess, from being a teacher of students to being a teacher of adults. And then the last project I just worked on was my leader in technology, and he focused a lot on professional development and also bringing professional development to the staff in the way of looking at questioning and inquiry. So it was really a good tie-in. That was Jamie McKenzie. The last two pages, my educational philosophy, which has changed weekly, monthly as I go through this program. But really, here I state my goal is simple: to provide opportunities for students to be introduced to the standards and work towards mastery. And I think Bloom really is the area that I keep coming back to, which is, we start with our basics, but we're really moving up towards this area, especially with middle school and high school, in creating something for an online portfolio, creating something for an online world. And what are we doing to take the knowledge that we're given, to take the knowledge that we're searching for, and then apply it, analyze, evaluate, and create? And so I think I'm constantly going back to Bloom and what he talks about with making sure we come back to education and understanding. And the last thing I wanted to throw in, it was not a requirement, but something that I felt was really important, was to come back to also women and men who share some of our leadership roles and what she has done in terms of creating such an amazing fight for what's good in this world. And coming back to this, sharing visions of these strong leaders and sharing also this Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I think always coming back to what is a very strong vision that we have for ourselves, for our students, and our school. So I did put this quote in here: freedom makes a huge requirement of every human being. I think freedom has exploded with the internet and with all that we're doing. And with this freedom comes responsibility, teaching kids how to be responsible. For the person who is unwilling to grow up, the person who does not want to carry his own weight, this is a frightening prospect. And so really trying to get students to understand that with this freedom of the internet and with this freedom of knowledge comes a responsibility with that, and trying to define what that is for each individual student. This is at the core of some of my philosophy. Coming back to the home page and finishing off, obviously, with my family and the quote that is important to me, some of the core things for me: the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt being that strong leader for me. Keep dreaming, keep envisioning what the future will hold, because every day it changes and every day we learn something new, and it's been a very exciting road for me through this technology and education program. Thank you very much for sharing in this website, and I look forward to hopefully staying in contact with all of you in the near future. Thank you.